We're in Wrigleyville, baby. It's Chicago. We're at the Metro, the mecca of live music in this city. We've got a sold-out show tonight. It's Turnover in Beach Fossils. And that last band, Beach Fossils, they spent all summer on the road with Post Malone. They have a new record out called Bunny. And we have a conversation with them right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Case the producer here from Brian and Kinsey on Q101. It's a Case 4, a show in which I coerced management into letting me talk to my favorite bands. And we are here in the bowels of the Metro in Chicago, deep in the underbelly of this venue. And I'm here with Beach Fossils. How you guys doing?
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Why don't we pass the mic down? Everybody say their name, everybody introduce themselves, and then we'll get this started off on the right foot.
All right, I am Dustin.
I am Tommy.
I am Jack.
I am Anton.
I like that energy down at the bottom of the
I am
couch.
legend.
That's good stuff right there. So, you guys are on the road. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? You're 3 weeks into this tour with Turnover. Very glad you guys answered my email because I had one of the drafts for Turnover had you guys said no. But mental state, everybody doing okay right now?
Yeah, I feel like on tour you kind of turn into a different version of yourself that adapts to eating horribly and not sleeping and drinking every day, and you just have to roll with the punches.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Too much fun.
You're not sleeping. We were talking about that before the camera started rolling. You're not sleeping. What can we do to fix that? What's going on? Why are you not sleeping?
It's just tour, It's like you're so wired all the time, I'm like drinking vodka Red Bulls and cold brew on stage and whatever, and then it's like we walk off stage and I'm like, why did I do that? Now I can't sleep.
Is there ever a weird thing where you play to, let's say we're at the Metro tonight, there's 1,200 people here, and then you guys go and say get dinner after the show? Is the come down of that hard because maybe you're just in a Waffle House and no one really knows what you just did, even if you rocked the house? It's not it's just I would imagine you just have all this energy and nothing to do with it.
No, it's lovely. I get out all the energy on stage,
Okay, so you're tired by the end of the set.
Exhausted.
Good.
Yeah, I exhaust myself, yeah.
All right, that's what I like to hear. You guys have a new record out. It's called Bunny. It's excellent. Do we have more tour thoughts? I'll pass the mic down. I'm sorry to move on so quick.
Well, I was going to say that too. I feel like, different personalities have different come downs or different come ups. For me, at least, I get off stage and we have Rock Band 4 in our bus. We're doing karaoke.
Nice.
So, we're basically rattling the bus while it's on the road until 4 a.m.
This is the rock and roll lifestyle.
And then I try to pass out, and then I try to wake up in the afternoon, rinse and repeat. That's kind of the vibe. I mean, last night.
Part of the reason you couldn't sleep last night is because we were screaming, right? Doing our best Billy Corgan impressions last night for a few hours.
We're gonna go down the couch and do Billy Corgan impressions
Absolutely.
now. Who wants to start? This is a real request.
Just Tommy. Not tough. Jack actually nailed this.
I need my backbeat. I need your music.
Yeah.
The bus later.
Okay, great.
Yeah. This is a bonus reel after the official interview, I would say.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So new record out. The album's called Bunny. I really, really enjoy it. How long has it been out now? When did it come out? July-ish?
It was early June.
June 2nd.
A nice summer release. It started my summer off on the right foot. It's good summer music. I'm curious now, as we sit here X number of months later, it's out. The world's devoured it. It's been reviewed. You're touring it. Are you happy with the album, or there are things that maybe keep you up at night where you go, oh, if we just would have done this, I would have been a little happier with myself when my head hits the pillow?
No, I'm pretty obsessive about the making of an album, I produce it myself and I'm a part of the mixing process the whole time, and the mastering and all that. So I'm extremely hands-on, and we took 5-6 years on this record. So I always make it a point to not put something out if there is something that I wouldn't be able to sleep,
Good. Do you ever fear in the 5 to 6 year gap between releases that maybe people forget about you?
No, I don't care. But we always keep touring. We never really stop, which is kind of why we take so long between records. Because we're on the road so much. We've never been a band to adhere to an album cycle. We're just we're a band. We should always be touring. So we always have a tour lined up, and then we write when we're home. And I don't know. I feel lucky that we've gradually been growing as a band throughout the career of the band, and it's a nice, it's a strong cult following. It's not a flash in the pan type thing, and the people who come and see us every time, and it means a lot.
For sure. So with the record out, something that I'm curious about, because I'm not a musician, I've never released music. You spend all of this time and effort writing this album, producing it, putting it out, and then like I can say from my experience as a fan, I loved the singles before the album came out for this one, so I'm into it. Now I'm reading the press about it. Now I'm reading the hype about it. The album comes out. Talk about the day an album comes out as a musician. Is that nerve-wracking for you? Are you online trying to read any takes you can, or is it just sort of another day for you?
No, it's really relieving. I mean, I think it's also because we don't put out a record that often that it feels like a holiday, like when the album comes out and we all like get together and kind of celebrate and make a day of it, you know. And I try not to read too many reviews because like at the end of the day, I don't really care what like a critic's going to write about it. That's not why I'm doing this. And like, I know that if it's gone through the filter of all of us, we're going to be proud of it. And that's all that matters to me, you know, like, because what's going to come of reading a review? They say something great and then you become really egotistical, or they say something bad and you get depressed. So I'm like, who cares? Let's just make the record we love and be proud of it.
I'm going to steal a quote from a musician that I admire, Patrick Kinlan from Drug Church, but he talked about how as a musician, it's odd because no matter what you wrote a song about, it's going to be immediately interpreted in a different way. Is that at all odd for you? Because you make, these personal, emotional songs, and I'm sure my memories and experiences with Don't Fade Away are different than yours.
Yeah. Well, it's no longer yours once you put it out. It becomes public, It's like it's private while you're working on it. There does feel like there's a shift where it's like as soon as the album comes out, like I'll listen to it on streaming or something, and it feels like it takes on a new energy where it's like no longer our secret anymore. It's like a thing that belongs to everybody now.
Good. I'm glad you put it out. Now we'll go down the catch for this. Please go ahead.
I was going to touch on that too. Like I think even speaking larger to that, like the songs that we have released over the years, we've written over the years, and seeing them manifest into like a live context and how much different that is. And I feel like the live energy of that song, or like certain songs that had a certain energy in the studio, like, oh, this, because typically we're like writing, the seclusion of like a basement. It's not like really a crazy live session. So when we're doing that, then seeing that translate into like the live performance is awesome, because you can see like certain songs will come to life you weren't expecting to. Certain songs might not be hitting the way you would expect them to. And so it's like a fun game to see what's translating live, or how we're literally even responding to it for the first time doing it live too. So
for sure. Well, walk me through that set list process, because you guys are on the road now, and you guys have a deep catalog, a number of bangers, dare I say.
Ooh.
When the tour starts, how are you deciding this is what we're doing in the order we're doing it in? Does that ever change throughout the tour?
That process is like, it's wild. You think you know what it's going to be. You think the order is going to be what it is, and then it changes every day almost. But we've come up with like something that we're happy with for now. Yeah. It changes throughout the tour as well.
Literally like a month to 2 months before the tour, we're like writing a set list because we're rehearsing, and we'll be like constantly refining it every time we have band practice. And then we'll be like, all right, this is the one. And then we go play it live and we're like, wait, this doesn't flow right. And it takes us like a couple weeks, like we're changing the set list like every night for the first couple weeks on tour until we like really dial in something that makes sense. And then we like stick with that as much as we can.
For sure. We'll pass the mic down the couch for this one because I want to hear from everybody. But when I say the name Post Malone, what comes to mind?
Genuinely good, funny, generous human being.
Good.
Absolute terror. Garbage human. I despise him. Fuck that guy. He's an angel. I echo those words. Like absurd amount of just like humbleness and modesty and excellence and like just amazing human. He could, because it's like someone in that position, anyone at a fraction of that position could be the biggest egomaniac if they wanted to be, and he couldn't be more the opposite. He's such a genuine soul. We love him.
I'm going to echo that as well. I'm going to pass it on down if you have any other things to add.
Just very grounded and very good at beer pong.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Incredibly talented at beer pong.
And I'll speak upon that too. I think we got to like minor leagues. If he's in the majors, we got to minor leagues of beer pong baseball, like that level, because we were playing every day with him nonstop. If you're in a green room with him, will never not be a ping pong table never not playing. And at a certain point, there's like the amount of music and speakers and like stimulation and like people running around you, you get a really intense level of focus and like tunnel vision. So I think we've trained like the pros for the official event.
I mean, we were playing every day for hours on that tour, like literally all the way up until 10 minutes before our show time. Like our tour manager would be like, all right, it's time to go on stage. And we were just like, yeah. And then after the show, we would just like play again. It really didn't stop.
This tour, we've been experiencing like withdrawals from it as well.
It's true. We're like, where's the fucking beer pong?
You know, like where's it at?
Sorry, you're going to have to bleep that.
That's okay. No, it's worth it. I am also wondering where the F the beer pong is. I expected a certain level of camaraderie when I came here.
Yeah.
So you guys opened for him this summer, which when I saw that, I was like, surely I'm not reading this, right? This lineup is incredible. No, this is real. This is awesome. How did you guys find out that you guys were going to be on the road with him this summer?
Well, I mean, we've been friends with him for like 6 or 7 years or something like that. And, you know, I never expected anything like on the professional side. It's always just been like a good friendship. We always just like hang out whenever one of us are in each other's city. And we got asked to do this tour 10 days before it started.
No kidding.
And we were like, yeah, but we're not prepared. Like we,
matter what. But
yeah, like we were in album mode. Like the album had like just come out, and we were just like, we hadn't been practicing, we hadn't been thinking about it because we were like, oh, we're not going to tour until the fall. All of a sudden, this like 6-week tour came up, playing in front of 25 to 40,000 people a night. We were like, it made us realize like we don't own road cases for our amps or our drums or anything. Like, yeah, we were not ready, so we were like cramming every day. That was like one of the most stressful like week and a half or whatever of my life, like getting ready for that tour.
Absolutely. So what I'm curious about, I'll let you guys go in a second. I'm so thankful for your time. But in terms of that tour, like I'll use this example. Blink-182 went back on the road this year, and Turnstile opened for them. And we all love Turnstile. They're a big band now. But when you see them in the context of a Blink-182 show, you realize like, oh, no one is here for Turnstile. It's Blink-182 like casual heads that are into this. When you open for somebody like Post, obviously the crowds are massive. It seems like a great experience. But what's the audience interaction like? It just seems like such, I don't want to say vapid, but it seems like such an odd experience to me, knowing that it's, you know, Joe the plumber is here to see Post Malone. It seems odd.
Yeah, I mean, my first thought was like, the tour is already sold out before we're added. No one's here to see us. So, you know, like the first week of the tour, my mindset was like, I'm going to play and give it everything I have to try and like win over this crowd. And I think that kind of stressed me out and not play a good show. So after that first week, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to play like it's a Beach Fossil show and just do my thing. And then we started loosening up and having a lot more fun and doing a lot of banter with the audience. And like, it ended up going over a lot better than I expected it to. Like, people were much more responsive than I thought they would be. And it ended up actually being a really great experience.
Good. Anybody else have thoughts on opening for Post?
yes, I mean, what was interesting about it too is going into it, our mindset also, we got the call 10 days before. We're like, we've seen Posty perform in the past. We know his like crazy, epic, amazing setup where he's like running around the stage and this giant platform. So we're like, how is a rock band like us going to make sense? And we're like, I'm sure it's going to be exciting, but we're not sure what it's going to look like. And then we get to the actual venue and then we see him with like his full band lineup. And it was like this cool dynamic to be like, oh, okay, it actually makes sense with this like compatibility if he has his rock format, we have ours and everything. And I think that was cool because I think that maybe kind of worked in our favor to a certain degree because his fans were now really receptive to like the whole rock band's format. And like he obviously evolves, with every record, and like he's kind of in that era now. And so fans that maybe would have never heard us, or because like if we were playing with someone who is known for being like a big rock band in that regard, I feel like you get lost in the sauce quicker. Whereas because he's in this context of like he's kind of evolving and changing into like a rock format, then his fans, their gears are turning more like, oh, what's this new direction? And so us being a part of this new direction almost causes their ears to perk up more, I think, in some ways. So I'm definitely like, thankful for that reason. But
it was nice to like take the pressure off ourselves, honestly, at a certain point. We're like, we're here because we're friends with Post. None of them know who we are. Hi, how are you? We're going to get off stage now. It was just fun. It was a fun experience and all.
Good. I'm so glad that worked out. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. Before you go, obviously you're on the road now, but people watching this in the future that would love to support the band, where can people find you? Where can people support you? Please tell the people. Look into that camera right there and let them know.
Honestly, just like the biggest thing possible to support a band is just merch. If you can buy our physical album or buy a t-shirt or a hoodie or whatever, or come to a show, that is like the most meaningful thing, and we truly, truly, deeply will appreciate you for it and love you very much.
Right on. Well, it's a case for with Beach Fossil. Their new record, Bunny, is out. It's excellent. Go listen to it. And thank you so much for watching.